Hello. I don't want this advertisement. Alright, we done.
I'm black.
He's black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm white.
He's black. Up to the show, who knows white?
Okay, for sure. Now, one quick question I gotta ask: are there any other like Africans or anybody with like any like Afrocentric ethnicities?
My dad has Nigerian in him.
What tribe? Do you know what tribe?
Actually, I don't, but my mom's Ashkenazi Russian Jew, and then
I'm
my dad's
so-
literally like he got Nigerian all the way from Asian to
I'm wrong.
he's literally mixed with everything.
I'm wrong
Okay,
for that.
sure. Anyone else?
Nope, just black.
Y'all got nicknames?
Well,
What is-
Rosebud is actually my
Dang,
street
bro.
name. My street name. My real name's
Move.
Riley.
My name is Fitzgerald. That's like the full first name. But then Fitz is like
Maybe Fitzy.
yeah. Sometimes they do Fitzy. Sometimes they be doing Fitzy.
I think my strategy was to kind of just be black.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said fits, I thought it was because you had tough fits on, you know what I mean?
That too.
You can't even
feel
see
me?
him. What you talking about, bro?
That too. I mean, if you could see, you'd probably be able to tell that I got a tough fit on you.
That wasn't even funny.
Can we all say what we
Yo,
wearing and
what?
everything? I got skeleton, all red, varsity jacket, cargo
Oh, you
pants
know
on the
what's
side.
crazy?
What's up?
We matching right now. I'm not wearing the skeleton fit, but I got like red.
You got Air Forces on?
I got Air Forces on.
No, you crazy.
I wish I could dap you up right now. I wish I could dap you up right now. But
Wait, what type forces y'all got on?
So I got the Air Force ones with like the little black stripe on it.
okay, yeah.
I'm finna do
white.
Oh, I see where you're going with
You
that.
said I did
You
it.
said half black, half white.
Black, half white. You feel me?
No cap, I used to wear some Pumas that were
Whoa!
half black
No!
and half white.
Hold on. Oh, I'm
Because
sorry.
of that, my whole life.
My strategy for today was to figure out who's safe
I like
rather
it.
than figure out who's
Black
the
man.
mole right off the bat. Who's one of the brothers? You feel me?
Who here
19.
knows what the smell of a hot comb on a head?
It stink.
Stink.
It stink real bad.
What are some prominent songs that you're gonna hear at a family reunion?
Oh, they played a lot of blues, Marvin Seas, Bobby Blue Bland. Then when they got drunker, it was Tupac and
I'll lay out the subtitles so y'all
His
can
vocal inflections, like it kind of made me think of Straight Outta Compton, the movie. Maybe it felt
Too black.
you know, for a second.
Yeah, I grew up on classic rock from my mom's side, and then I grew up on Motown from my dad's side. So anytime, summer vacation in the backyard with my nana, she'd be playing all Motown. My pop-up and nana be dancing, slow dancing to it, telling them, sit your ass down.
Everyone has one person that's suspicious of them.
So we nowhere, basically.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off with a theme song. You finish it. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
okay, cut.
Me growing up half black, half white, there's certain
God
songs
dang!
that they sing that I honestly
You do not look how black or how white.
didn't know word
You look trying to.
by word
sorry.
what to say.
In the movie ATL, Rashad was running his daddy's house since what age? It's a famous line, y'all. You gotta know.
I ain't gonna cap, I ain't even know the answer to that one. Shit.
Complete this song. That boy got
Stretch pants.
boy got
Stretch pants.
What is that?
I got one.
Anybody know what it is when you say you put your foot in something?
To cook it real good.
Me and your mama
Can we-
whipping it up.
I'm that food, okay.
I was listening so intently on voices because you ever been on the phone with like telemarketer? You can tell it's a black person on the other side, so you throw out little hints, while you're talking. And like, oh yeah, we cool. I was trying to catch that.
Call and response. Won't he do it?
Yes, he would.
Who said that?
Brevin.
Jay.
I'm suspicious of everybody else over here.
Now, all black people don't go to church now.
But they noticed.
That's true. What flavor of Kool-Aid was y'all favorite growing up?
Red.
Purple.
I like grape.
I mean purple.
And red.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
kind of
that's a classic.
That's low sauce right there. You said great.
Because where I'm from, we go by colors. We don't go by that. What you just said.
Wait, hold up. Why is that crazy? Because grape and purple are exactly the same thing.
No,
We used to call Welch's grape soda.
I don't know. It's just where I'm from. We go by colors. We go by colors.
Grape Kool-Aid, not purple. Red flag.
He was trying to
Yep.
come at me about the grape, but honestly, that I grew up with a bunch of friends and we all called it that in Harlem.
How you make your
That's in
Kool-Aid?
Harlem.
You pour the
This in
sugar to the
America.
ancestors, say stop.
Your money is so big.
In
got
the
me
summers,
itching.
it was either if you outside or inside. You had to pick, right? Like
Yeah, wasn't no running in and
running
out.
up and inside your house.
Don't
you know?
run in my
So y'all feel that? Or?
Yeah.
Don't let that
Don't
get
run
air
back in
out.
my house.
When it comes to black women from the 90s, who do you think of off the rip?
Nia Long.
Neil.
I'm gonna say Halle Berry.
Damn.
I'm gonna say
Beyonce. No, I'm joking. They Beyonce.
she was a rapper.
Michelle Jackson.
Wow, what's her name? Rhapsody.
Jada Pinkett. Or the sister from
Wait, you can't take two, dog.
Chill
He
out,
taking
shit.
forever.
What you
Yeah,
say?
man, somebody gotta help me out with this. Shotty from like Black Panther. Who's the queen? You feel me?
Yeah, I know her name, but you gotta know
Angela
me.
Bassett.
There you
Angela
go.
Bassett.
All
There we
right.
go. There we go.
I think a Whitley from a different world. I can't remember her name. The old girl from a different world.
Growing up watching my sister Raven Simone, Tyra Banks from that runway show.
Can
Is
name
that
two?
90s?
Tyra's from the 90s.
I was sitting back watching them being like, geez.
More dressing that's all they in a glass box. Where is it though? Yes!
Appreciate y'all.
My homeboy I was matching with is gone now, bro. What?
When it comes to being black men, microaggressions. Let's talk about it.
I got you right here, man. I went to a PWI. Man, I be chilling in the corner. There's only 5% of us, but somehow they find a way to take a picture of you for the dang like
diversity.
for the diversity, right? I'm like, they
Bruh.
only 5%. I gotta give them credit though, cause like finding us, it's gonna be a little bit tough, but like they found a way regardless.
I ain't even gonna lie, Loke. I'm real lost. We from the streets. I ain't even get that far. Like college and stuff like that.
Hey, we all got a different journey. That's cool.
What? Bro, I swear. If I was
Yeah,
born
Not like
You're so well spoken. Wow. Why wouldn't I be? I'm a grown
for
man.
a black guy. You're
If
so
I
well
was
spoken.
she,
You peep game, you walk down the
something
street,
like
right?
that.
And a white folks see you, the first thing they do when they see you or acknowledge you, they fold their lips, like,
Some more.
and nod their
little-
head down, make that weird
Or they
face,
give you
you know what I
hella
mean?
space on the
What's
sidewalk
this?
or even step in
Janet
the street.
Jackson.
Or clutch their
Clutch
bag,
the
Janet
purse.
Microaggressions.
clutch
Jackson.
their bag,
Take the next
That's a
elevator.
Michelle Jackson.
Yes.
I'm done.
All of that. All of that.
hella room
I
in the
am
elevator,
done.
too.
Stare at you like you ain't supposed to be here. What was one of y'all favorite movies growing up? You feel me? Like Love and Basketball, Don't Be a Menace. I mean, what did y'all watch?
I like New Jack City.
That was alright. You from New York,
Yeah,
though.
dude. So you already know, like, I am my brother's keeper, and that's some real shit, so.
I'll tell you what, man. I watched the,
You remember the
first
Titan?
Power Rangers movie like twice a day for like the first 4 years after it came out, man.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Power Rangers. What season? What season?
Oh, Mighty Morphin.
Mighty Morphin. Facts.
Power Rangers hard. It is.
I watch anime, too. I'm not
Oh
gonna
wait,
lie.
you watch anime?
I do.
What
I
you
do.
like? What you like?
Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z.
Z for sure. Okay, wait.
Fucking-
Yo, Naruto. Come on, like.
Don't laugh at me, but I love Disney Channel. Let's watch a Disney Channel. Boy,
Y'all know about that Static Shock though. Come
I
on.
was literally just about to say.
You know what I'm saying? Superheroes,
Static Shock.
I met his voice actor, bro. He was.
You did?
Philip, my dude is cold, dope, bro.
Wait, he voices every single black, everything.
And Samurai Jack.
So
He's
much.
got range, bro.
Yeah.
He's got range.
All right, I got a question because I feel like we just gonna be like
We gonna be vibing, man.
too much, yeah,
I
right?
got y'all after this. Even if you white, we gotta tap in for real.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you be like.
But okay,
Why does that bother you?
you didn't even have to point that out, bro. Okay, so in regard to dating and whatnot, my first girlfriend, she ended up being
Before this,
a Russian girl, and my dad was he always used to throw hints like, "Hey, man, you know, she's nice and all that stuff," and like he would never say it, but I knew like the upbringing he had, he dealt with a lot of racism and stuff, so he kind of had like the hesitance for like those type of relationships. Did your parents or family members like say, "Hey, like"?
I mean, my mother was from Shreveport, so you know she used to be on that. And she was older when she had. I mean, she was already like in her late 50s, so
Okay.
she wasn't playing with none of that really.
I don't think my parents ever they just want me to love who I love, but at the same time, I think there's always that underlying, like, we would love for it to be a black woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was actually the same for me. They never said don't bring a white girl home or anything like that, but I definitely know how it would make them feel if I was to bring home a sister. For sure. Like, oh shit, like you're with somebody who understands you,
Right.
who can understand what you go through in life as a black man on the day-to-day basis, from the microaggressions to the ridiculous racism in your face.
For
My
real.
people were cool, whatever. Like, I'm cool, whatever too. But like, I appreciate the sister. Like,
Say
'cause
four,
she
bro.
understands me, and I don't have to explain myself.
Who said nothing like? No. Don't get my boy out. No.
We have a tie between Rob and Brevin.
Y'all hit that side of relief. Okay, I'm Brevin. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Like I said, I didn't have a traditional like upbringing as far as like
Oh, from
dating
Alabama?
a lot of different people because I am a queer black man, but it took me a long time to get there. But as far as home life, I had two parents, two older brothers, a little sister, super close. Yeah, this is hard. I don't know. I'm black, y'all. I'm black.
My name Robert. I go by Rob. I'm from South Central LA. We bounced all around. It was just me and my mother, 3 sisters and 2
Oh.
brothers. I've been in and out the streets, not too much school, and that's pretty much it.
When it came to Brevin, it seemed like he was privileged,
Oh.
and I relate more to struggle. Hearing some of the things he was saying, it kind of like made me think and like second guess.
In my brain, I was like, this is probably just like one of those cases where he could be white and he's just a product of his environment.
Brevin, you can't vote.
Hey, I appreciate the try, bro.
It looks like we are tied again.
Yes.
I voted Rob just because I think I heard everyone else speak a little bit more.
I also voted Rob. First of all, you know, I'm just gonna say that like the environment he grew up in, you know what I'm saying? I think that like, you know, that's just a case
True.
where he could like relate to a lot of like black people's
Living this
struggles.
out.
You feel me? But he might not be like black in and of himself.
I voted for Brevin to get out. Not because Brevin necessarily said anything bad, but it was more so because of when Rob was talking. I felt like I was listening to one of my cousins talk.
Come on,
And he
Matt,
definitely
bro.
sounds like he's from South Central for sure.
Matt,
Not a whole lot of white people down there.
Matt, bro. You,
So I'm gonna say he
No.
stayed.
Rob Black, that's it.
Yeah.
I know that's the
Matt, I don't care if you're blindfold. Oh dear, just shoot. Alright.
fact. Rob Black, you sound like people found my way. So, no offense to you, Brendan, but you gotta kick rocks.
I hear it in Brevin's voice too, though. Like, that's the thing.
I heard him both.
I
but,
hear it
yeah.
for sure.
But Rob, like, I feel like I could say certain things to Rob and he
Yeah.
pick up on it quick. If I say certain things to the other, it's like, is you gonna really relate or?
Yeah. You know, I
No
think
disrespect,
that.
What
but
does hit and lick?
You don't make no sense, bro. Don't make no sense. No bet on that. Oh!
I'm not sure why I got voted out. I feel that a lot of times I've felt that I'm too white for the black people and too black for the white people. But it's okay. It's all good.
I think the mole is still in the box and you want to continue playing the game. Raise your hand.
No, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I knew I wasn't gonna get eliminated.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just came in like I was gonna win. Really, I already said I was gonna win. So.
All right, so let's make things a little bit spicy. you feel
Sounds
me?
so
What's like
black. I
one
do not
critique
like
and-
that he
or what's
sounds
one
so
thing that you
black.
think like black people could
Like,
do?
give you somebody. Give me a booty.
Since the beginning of the U.S., pertaining to being able to further us as a people has been withheld from us. And more so recently,
Ew.
information has been normalized to be pushed out, and this generation is really doing a lot to make sure that we are as gamed up as possible with all the tax information, with all that stuff, so we can no longer have those continuing circumstances of not having the information to be able to financially evolve.
Must be another
And I think
language.
that's dope. But I also think that people need to really be on their P's and Q's with that stuff, because the more we sit around and don't go after this information, the more our situation continues to remain the same financially. Even though we spend some of the most money in the U.S., it never stays within the black community.
The gang banging.
Yeah.
That gotta stop.
Elaborate on that.
Well, it's no point in gang banging no more. I mean, if you think about it, you gang banging, and then it got so bad where everybody that runs black in prison is together, even if you from the enemy side, the outside, or anything. So if you go to
Well, let me
prison,
come
so
on.
if I supposed to
come on
gang bang,
for you.
shoot somebody,
You better
and if I
answer.
get caught and I gotta go to prison and get along with the people who I just slid on,
Answer,
it
please.
don't make no sense.
Mhm.
And there's no money involved. So it's just that's.
Is
that's
this
the first thing
voicemail?
gotta go.
Don't be so quick.
Oh,
to
it ain't
buy
voicemail.
Gucci,
Hello.
Prada, Louis.
Hello.
Like, I mean, I'm not one to speak myself. I got Rick's
Yeah,
and Suvi
yeah,
on, but at
yeah.
the same time, like, if one of the homies has a brand,
Oh,
you should
because
be going
if-
to go buy that.
If I call you
know.
one more
I feel
time
like,
here,
uh,
please leave a
Critique
message
is
too.
just, my little brother
Not
is,
only your phone number,
he's
because
at
I'm
a
live.
HBCU, a small one in Oklahoma, and nothing against like,
Alright,
the
so
school or anything that people who's around, but I feel like the ideas and like the mindsets that he's been around from his early childhood and whatnot, because have been just like not open-minded to new possibilities.
Bro.
Opportunities are out there. We just got open-minded to it and try to figure out what works for us.
This might be on the fault of like the media, but I think
Hold on,
sometimes
son.
we over-sensationalize,
How do you
like,
just realize
pain.
something?
And I think that there's so much more to like the black
If you-
community, whether
Hold on,
it's
let me-
joy or like having a good
me
laugh
mute
or
my
something.
mic.
Like there's just so much more to us than like the pain that we go through.
Because I'm
And
live.
I think that needs to be shown more in like our movies, our TV shows, just like the way we talk about things. Like I think that there's just so much more to the black community than that.
I want to see black people doing goofy stuff on screen, not just being slaves.
Right. Come on now, talk about it.
Or criminals, or they're gangsters, and killers.
That's not
Yeah.
even like a thing for America, but like you go to China, you go to like some of these other places, like that's all they see of us. You feel me?
Yeah.
Word. Y'all, I'm gonna be real. I think we're all good, bro.
Bro, they vote 2 out. Well, VAR should have been out.
Sorry, Gabriel. I'm saying it happens.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you'd like to continue the game, raise your hand. All right. So that's unanimous. We're going to end the game right then and there, okay? If the lights turn green, that means you voted the mole out and you all win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you all lose.
The thought popped in my head of, what if you had it wrong the whole time and the guy right next to you is the one?
3,
Oh,
2, 1. It is red. That means the mole is still here.
hold on.
You guys can lift your blindfold.
What's good?
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so that's a shame.
What? This is, hold on, wait.
My
That's Rob. That's Rob. I'm Brevin. Brevin? Yo, what's up, Brevin? What's up, y'all?
Big ups to you, yo. Big ups to you.
That is a shame.
Yo. Of course, there's been like a couple white boys who cool, but like not like Rob. Like that was different.
My name is Robert, but
That
they call
is
me
it.
Nook. I'm from South
Nook.
Central. I got adopted at 7 days old as a baby, like out the hospital to a black mother. So I was raised with her ever since 7 days old.
That's crazy.
My whole family was black. I didn't even know I never met the other
Wow.
people until I was like
That's dope.
grown.
That's real.
My upbringing was a little strange. I was the only white kid at every party, every birthday. But that never really like bothered me, I guess.
Is it hard for you to fit in with white people?
Oh, it was. It's getting a little better.
What about for black people then? Is it easier or was it more difficult to get along with black
Nah.
people?
I mean, that's all I was around my whole life. Jail, county jail, juvenile hall, every party, everything.
And your whole family, like, they just all accept you? Because I got sides of my white family that, like, they wouldn't even hold me as a baby because I had a black dad.
Hell nah. Nah, I had a good family.
Since my mom married a black man, they sat shivets for her, which basically in the Jewish community means that you're dead to me. And it's almost lone feeling that you get sometimes when you feel like you can't relate to anybody.
I was like the baby, low-key, like the youngest one.
Wow.
What is a misconception people have about black men?
Put us in a box that.
Oh, yo, that's the end of the live. Goodbye. Join what? Y'all really think this is the end of the live? Nope. We doing a horror movie live. Alright, lights off. Before we start the video, lights off. Get you some snacks, like some Ruffles, and a Krispy Kreme. I'm outside with a drink and a Sprite. And that'll be all.
Are you really watching those animated videos? Those older animated videos?
Oh, so you want to change the subject?
No. Just say like watch these before.
Y'all, we done a new live.
And also, I think I'm the only one actually watching their live.
Yeah, because I sure got a face frames. He does my this. Whoa!
You know something that we're not to do? Lisa and I together?
Don't do. That's not calm.
It was around January 2016 when it happened. I felt lonely since I had been single for a long time, and despite the advice of my family and
I felt lonely and I've seen it for a long time. I lost my family member. I had a friend named Timothy. He died on a Fortnite game.
friends, I went on Match.com to meet someone who could finally make me feel whole again. As cheesy and small-minded as it may sound, I just wanted to spend my Valentine's Day with someone special, instead of keeping my eyes glued to the television all day while munching on some Cheetos all by myself. After browsing every profile, I finally stopped looking when I found Emma. Everything about her was attractive. She was definitely...
Now hold up a second. I'm sorry, she's single, she's 20. How half life?
my type. At that moment, I felt she was the perfect match. So, with no time to lose, I messaged her immediately, hoping she wouldn't give me the cold shoulder.
Super.
Hours passed, making me feel edgy, but the wait was worth it. When she finally replied, my heart skipped a beat, and we have kept in touch.
I just realized something. I have to change my stream. I have to change it. I have to change my live, bro. This is not fun. Y'all know why? Y'all know why? Just if I'm doing a mole, I gotta change it. Friday nights. Friday nights. I'll have the session, so. Alright.
Touch ever since. We called each other day and night, talking about everything and anything. And as the weeks passed, I felt we had grown closer. So, 2 days before Valentine's, we decided to meet up. Of all the fancy stuff going through my head, taking her to a hotel was the best choice. It meant good food and a luxurious room, but the most exciting part was yet to come with her and I on the bed. So, I checked in a day earlier, intending to spice things up a little as I set up the room to create the perfect atmosphere. The following night, Emma was set to arrive. I'm not going to lie, I was nervous as hell, as if it was a first date all over again, but I didn't want to back out now. So, I gave her the details, including the hotel I was at and the room I was waiting in. At first, I was afraid she'd be under the impression that I was desperate, but when she told me on the phone that she was on her way, it boosted my confidence. About that I was desperate, but when she told me on the phone that she was on her way, it boosted my confidence.
I don't lie. She ain't no Mike Tyson.
About half an hour later, I heard a knock on my door. I took a deep breath and opened it, expecting to see the attractive woman I saw in the photos on Match.com. However, I was disappointed when she looked subpar, totally different from the pictures I had seen. She wore a sleeveless shirt and a short,
God dang, nigga, I'm trying to move.
flashy skirt with a bulging belly and dark round circles around her.
Yo, I can't do this no more.
Eyes, making her look like a zombie. Moreover, her hair was disheveled and greasy, like she hadn't washed it in days. She was a freaking catfish. I couldn't believe I was being scammed, but despite my dissatisfaction, I was so desperate to be with someone on Valentine's Day that sleeping with her was my only chance. We had a little chat where she told me how thrilled she was to finally meet me in person, and that I was more handsome in real life than in the photos. I wished I could say the same thing.
Why are they falling out?
But I held back and decided not to comment on her physical appearance, knowing she'd leave me. Then, as I was about to give her her Valentine's present, her phone rang, and when she picked it up, I heard her say,
"Yeah, he's here, sitting next to me."
I felt my throat dry up. My muscles stiffened. I looked at her with confusion, wanting to ask what was happening. Emma, who was that on the phone with you? I said as my voice cracked. She didn't say a word. She only stared at me with a blank expression. Then, suddenly, her vigor and interest in me vanished, and I could tell that something was wrong. I just couldn't pinpoint what it was exactly, but then I saw the most disturbing, most horrific thing I have ever saw in my life.
He on drugs!
Masked man barged in the room, armed and dangerous.
Y'all, this is... Disclaimer.
Get down on the floor, now! I kneeled down with my face touching the ground, sweat pouring from my body as I raised my hands to surrender. Stop! Please, let's talk about this. I didn't do anything wrong. Just let me go.
Shh! Lower your voice. The sooner you cooperate, the sooner we'll be done with this.
Emma scowled. I began to tremble uncontrollably, complying with everything they said as they threatened me to get into their vehicle parked in the back. Then, as we walked to the parking lot, the man said under his breath, "Don't try anything funny. You got that. This isn't the first time we've dumped a dead body." I swear I couldn't breathe, and even when I saw many people pass by, they were unaware of what I was going through. With no other option, I got into the vehicle, and the couple gave me a hell of a ride. The masked man drove so fast that I thought we would crash at any moment. "What do you want from me? I don't have much. I swear." "Shut up. One more word from you, and your family will see you on the news." I was afraid my life was going to flash before me. I might have peed my pants, convinced there was no way to escape. Then, with every chance they got, they forced me to withdraw.
Who has an ATM in a whole... Why do you have a whole ATM in a car? Why do you have an ATM in a car? Why? Why? Why?
Money from several banks around the city. It was crazy. My head was spinning. I didn't know when, if, or how this nightmare would end. I just wanted to go home. I didn't care if I was alone. Anywhere but here was better. Then, after the 6th bank, they made me strip to my underwear, which I hesitated at first. But when they... My head was spinning. I didn't know when, if, or how this nightmare would end. I just wanted to go home. I didn't care if I was alone. Anywhere but here was better. Then, after the 6th bank, they made me strip to my underwear, which I hesitated at first. But when they threatened to hurt me, I couldn't say no. And after giving them what they wanted, they kicked me out of the vehicle in the middle of nowhere. It was so dark that I couldn't even see the path I was trekking. There were no light posts nor glowing street signs to give me direction. I was lost, but at least I was alive. Since then, I couldn't look at Valentine's Day the same again. I deleted my profile on Match.com and decided to meet people the right way instead of going online. I didn't know that wanting someone so much could lead me so close to death. Now, whenever it was Valentine's Day, I just spent it at home alone, keeping the doors locked and the house secured. The story was inspired by a real-life case that went down on Valentine's Day of 2016. The male and female shown here were the alleged culprits. The animation pretty much sums up the whole ordeal in a nutshell. The assailants have been accused of kidnapping and robbery, which is punishable by 10 to 20 years in prison. Gordon freaked out. I phoned the police right away, but I was rather disappointed with the response I got. They said all they could do was file a report and take the letter as evidence. Other than that, they didn't have enough to go off of to look for him. In any case, I didn't get much shut-eye on that first night. When morning finally came, I cowered until I heard the postman come and go, and then I peeked through the blinds to see if there was another brownish envelope with X's on it. Thankfully, there wasn't. A few more days passed and no more letters from Gordon came in, and slowly I was able to feel less paranoid. I started to rationalize the event as perhaps a prank pulled by some neighborhood kids. But unfortunately, that was all out the table on the day when I walked out the door to go to work, and I saw another letter on my porch. I knew it had to be from Gordon due to the 5 X's on it. I didn't want to touch it, but part of me felt like I had to read it. I picked it up and started to unravel the contents, and again, on the front of the card was an odd-looking cat image. On the inside was the handwriting of an insane person confessing their love and admiration for me. He wrote much more in this letter, talking about the things he wanted to do to me, things that gave him pleasure to think about doing, dreams about kidnapping and imprisoning me, all expressed in painstaking and vulgar detail. And again, he signed off with a chummy tone while remembering to remind me that I was in danger, saying, "I hope you know that I think of you all the time, and I wish that we will be together very soon. Endless, messy love and kisses from your stalker and soon-to-be killer, Gordon." and then capping off with his signature X. I stood there for a brief moment as the adrenaline built up and then boiled over, sending me into a deep panic.
Leave me alone or I'm calling the cops!
You're dumb.
I went inside and immediately locked all the windows and doors before I got my phone to alert the authorities again. However, the response was the same. They took the letter as evidence and added it to the pre-existing case file, then basically told me to stop overreacting. I tried to reason with them, saying I felt I was in danger, but they brushed me off like they had bigger things to worry about. And to nobody's surprise, about a week later, my worst fears were realized. It was in the middle of the night, and I was still unable to settle down from receiving Gordon's last threatening letter. I had been tossing and turning in bed for hours when I first heard noises coming from outside my bedroom window. I shot up out of bed to quickly hide underneath it. When I stopped moving, I could hear the sound again, and it was clearly footsteps, like someone was walking around my house, just outside my bedroom, getting closer and closer, until it finally stopped. I had to cover my mouth to keep from screaming when I saw the silhouette of a man looking through my window. I knew it had to be that Gordon freak. I went frozen stiff, hoping he would just go away. But then he tapped on the glass and started talking like he knew I was in there. Hey, beautiful, are you sleeping? I forgot to give you something from last Valentine's Day. I wanted to vomit, but I was forced not to move a muscle. I just waited in agonizing silence, praying he would just go away. After several excruciating minutes passed, I never heard him walk away. His silhouette was gone, but I felt he was still outside my house. I could feel the fear inside me growing, convincing myself that if I continued to let him stand out there, it was only a matter of time before he couldn't resist the temptation to break in. At last, I made a break for it, climbing out from under the bed, grabbing my phone from the nightstand, and running to the other side of the house as I called the police yet again. I stayed on the phone with the operators as I cowered in my linen closet, waiting for help to arrive. I was quite disappointed when the cops came and Gordon had already left the scene. All they found was another letter on my doorstep, but I didn't bother picking it up. I just let the cops take it, and that's all they ended up doing. They literally made no effort to find the man who continues to torment me to this day. Since then, I have shared my story with the internet, urging anyone who sells letters, works at the post office, or thinks they recognize the handwriting to contact me. Over the years, my paranoia has grown worse and worse, but I don't want to move away from my home. I refuse to admit defeat to this scumbag. Still, it strikes fear in me to know that Gordon is still out there, and still knows where I live. This story was inspired by a real-life case regarding
Wait, you still out there?
an alleged stalker, quote-unquote, named Gordon. The images below are photographs of the Valentine's Day cards, with the distinguishable cat image and disturbing messages with the signature 5 X's. Since then, the culprit has been caught. Here is the image of him, revealing Gordon to be a 68-year-old man who had been obsessed with the victim for years. He has since pled guilty to one charge of stalking.
And his message read, "Hey there, beautiful." It took me a while to work up the courage to reply, but when I eventually did, I texted,
"Hi there, handsome."
We hit it off fairly quickly and DM'd each other every now and then. On the third day, he asked me out on a date. I was a little anxious and wasn't exactly ready to see him yet, so I replied with no. Regardless, I found it a little strange that he would pitch to meet at a local hilltop for our first meeting. I always said I couldn't do it for one reason or another, but it became even more uncomfortable when he persisted with it. He would always send messages saying, "How about that local hilltop today? It's beautiful weather right now. How about we go on a bike ride to the hilltop?" I can't believe how many passes I gave him just because I thought he was hot. He asked me to go to the same hilltop every day for 4 days, things, and he would always shoot down any other date ideas. It was apparent that he was adamant about this hilltop. Eventually, it was the night before Valentine's Day, and I finally had some real time on my hands, but we still hadn't agreed on a date. That's when he asked me a different question, saying, "I got us a present for Valentine's Day. Want to know what it is?" I was curious, so I replied back with,
Yes, I do.
A few seconds later, he replies back with, "I got us a nice hotel," and then a wink sign at the end. The way he brought it up made it seem like he booked an expensive room in the nicest hotel in town. But when he sent me the address, my heart sank. It wasn't nice at all. It was this dingy motel on the sketchy side of town. Suddenly, the proposition felt a lot scummier, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt, assuming he was tight on money. I was so excited to finally see him in person that I didn't care where it was, as long as it wasn't that stupid hilltop. After I showered, got dressed, and filled up on gas, I started driving across town to the motel. By then, it was after dark. The parking lot was almost full, so I parked near the lobby. I remember waving through the glass at the clerk behind the desk as I walked past the front building to the room number I was told to go to. I also remember him giving me a strange look that I couldn't understand, but I brushed it off and continued walking. When I got up to the right door, I knocked quietly so I wouldn't draw attention. Nobody answered after a minute, so I knocked again, louder this time. Still no answer. I pounded on the door several more times until it finally opened, revealing my most haunting, worst possible nightmare I could ever imagine. The man who opened the door.
God dang! See, Peter Griffin. Oh no, it's not Peter Griffin. That's Tris. That's Tris. What they do to you? Well, I'm finna count his layer of chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The door was this gigantic slob that looked nothing like the Anthony.
That look like Ronnie Little.
I saw on Instagram.
I don't know if I have the right room. Is Anthony here?
Yes, sweetheart. I'm Anthony.
I felt like I was going to throw up. Everything hit me all at once as I realized I'd been such an idiot to let myself get catfished this bad on Valentine's Day. But as soon as I started to walk away, the sicko reached out and grabbed me by the waist. He yanked me into the room like a rag doll. Everything crashed and burned in a matter of seconds. I started screaming for help as he slammed the door and threw me across the room onto the bed. Then, he started to undress as he blocked me in by standing in front of the only exit. He then started stripping down to his underwear as I frantically like a rag doll. Everything crashed and burned in a matter of seconds. I started screaming for help as he slammed the door and threw me across the room onto the bed. Then, he started to undress as he blocked me in by standing in front of the only exit. He then started stripping down to his underwear as I frantically went to grab the lamp on the nightstand, but it was useless. The creep stomped toward me and smacked the lamp out of my hand. It pushed me over again, this time immediately getting on top of me.
Get off!
Yo.
The creep stomped toward me and smacked the lamp out of my hand. It pushed me over again, this time immediately getting on top.
Cause my man weighs a skyscraper. My man is not
Top of me.
Get off of me! Leave me alone or I'm calling the cops!
His sheer size and weight were enough to pin me down by the arms and legs, and crush my chest so much I could barely breathe. I wailed one last time before he started to smother me. I thought I was about to die in my hotel room, but right as he crouched his face towards me, I heard the door open. Hey! The creep turned his head to the side just in time to get bashed in the face by a baseball bat. He lost his balance and was pushed over off of me onto the floor. That's when I finally saw who came in the room. It was the clerk from the front desk that I waved at a minute ago. Stay on the floor! You move and I bash your head in! I was too stunned to speak. I guess that motel clerk was used to seeing sketchy stuff at that motel and could tell when he needed to intervene. Thanks to his intuition, I'm alive. A few minutes later, the cops arrived and arrested Anthony. I gave my statement to the police and got an escort back home. I didn't sleep for weeks, and it only got worse when the story hit the news. It turns out that he was linked to the victims of several fatalities that were found at a local hilltop. The same thing he tried to get me to go to. It's no wonder why he was so persistent about it. It terrifies me knowing that could have easily been me. This story was inspired by a story of a psychotic man that used social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat to lure his victims to a hilltop on Valentine's Day. As stated in the story,
This is on shows?
inspired by a story of a psychotic man that used social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat to lure his victims to a hilltop on Valentine's Day. As stated in the story, inspired by a story of a psychotic man that used social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat to lure his victims to a hilltop on Valentine's Day. As stated in the story.
I'm gonna dislike it because nobody watching. Sort of up here. That noise in the background.
Inspired by a story
Oh
of a
God!
man that used social media
It's
platforms
so
like
low.
Instagram and Snapchat.
Alright, that's enough. What we are going to do? If y'all really want to know what my friends are doing, alright. Let's have some channel. Made this 8 views. 8 views. Wow, good for you. You know how views I get? 0. 1 view. That's not popular. It's not popular. 13. You know any things I did on my video? 90. That's a shame. This is what. I got so many problems about Asher. Let's join Basher. My friend. Yo. This is about to be a 24-hour stream build. I guess we're playing Pig. I can't move! So I'm playing Piggy. Oh, yeah. B. Tell my friends some losers. Because they are losers. True. You That was Jaden? Please go away. I hate you. this real? What is fake? What is reality? What is fake? Die, Asher. What is fake? This is fake. Gotta be the most easiest game. So this is just to top you off granny. And a hammer. Like you over there. You Your mom doesn't like you. Good job, Asher. You earned 5 fire levels. Almost see him die. I feel like someone died, so this one has nothing. Yay! Your mom! I forgot you took screen. Don't come up here. Don't come. I hate you. You. Why are you fooling me? Obviously following me. Oh, this stream is easy peasy, let me see. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. Okay. Pamela. Yeah. Why are you so fast? Just come down. Just come down. Asher's lagging. Don't see my song. That boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya. You're welcome. Welcome. That boy's a liar. That boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya. You're not back to mommy. That boy's a Emperor. Emperor. She says chapter 2. I'm playing, bro. It's the game. Bro. Wow. 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 That is a shame. Yeah, he's alright. Man, let's just play Operating Siege. Never played this in my life. Might play it all the time. Let's play Operating Siege. You don't do me like that. Welcome, God. Nah. Nah. Unless you talking that shit. Why would you do that?
Okay, the reason why I kicked you was because it was supposed to be revenge for closing the door on me. So I kicked you from the game.
All that. But you still survived. Didn't you?
I was doing stuff before you threw it.
But who let the acid out? Who had the hammer? Who had the wrench? Who freed you? Me.
Who had the orange key?
What that's supposed to
Who
do?
had the white key?
White.
Who had the red key?
Don't matter. Well, who had the cheat code? Who had the cheat code? Don't matter. And you tried to give me chill as well. Didn't you? What that's supposed to be? So you killed oh no, she died. But I feel like, bro. Bro, whoa, whoa. 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 Don't start all of that. You know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, fine.
Like, whoa, chill out now. I'm wrong. This is absolutely racist. What the fuck? What I did demonetize if you trust my channel? Well, I did strike. Don't say it. Mine do nothing. But, Asher, if the group chat is leaked, so we have to fight. I mean, Asher, we have to invite someone into the group chat because we did it. You know. Oh no, y'all, he hacking, y'all. Nothing. Snitch Town. I know that who is. That's true. Yo, fun Friday. We did the mole horror game. Well, we did not do a horror game. I am Jesus. I am Jesus. He doesn't see us. Dang. Yo, I have no friends. Like, friends don't come in my life and stuff because they're fake. And that's it. Someone do this. Let's see, Jesus. I am the one who knocks. I am the Batman of the story time. I am the one who truly knocks. In 2016 and 2017? Well, I'm not banned. Shiny bottle. Shiny bottle. I am lagging. I am lagging. Oh, you said my God. Oh yeah, hello friend. Hello, Burrito plays games is here. I will chew you in a sadder way. He's a runner, runner. I am lagging. Lagging on bro. Who are you? You're not that guy. You're not that guy. Somebody help my Somebody help my lad. No, which one? Vlad now. And I beat him. And I beat him with Vlad. That is just crazy. That is just crazy. I'm gonna watch it. I'm like terrible. Alright, so what new game we're gonna be playing? I'm gonna call one of my friends. Alright, I will make, if you guys want me to keep playing, I will make a 24-hour live stream if y'all want me to keep playing. Oh, hello, friend. Yes, I saw this. Yes. Are y'all playing Master? You playing a Master? You playing a Master? Because Asher is a selfish. What? No, I can't. I can't. Wait, what? You gotta talk to Asher about that, buddy. You gotta talk to Asher about that. You dumb mother. So I just realized you cannot truce because you just got, you know. If you don't like, yo, this seems sauce. I'm leaving. Alright, we're gonna be playing the best game on Roblox. And it is baseball, y'all. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. VR, shut up. Oh. The best thing I is this. Kenny! Kenny! I killed Kenny. Yeah, I killed Kenny. Shot for my bad, child. See, they have both K's, you know. They have both K's. K's. They both have K's. I am Jesus. So we should start the Bible thing again. So should we start the, you know. Hallelujah! Oh yeah. Just because I thought he was gay. I thought he is. You know where. Yeah. Let's be crazy, bro. Die. Watch. I know. My head. Oh! I did not kill him. Of course. Oh, let me spray some holy water. Let me get the holy water. Might not have time it. Hello, friends. Yeah. Holy water. Holy water. You are here. Assassination! John up! Shh. You know what I was about to say? Assassination! J. Hey. Assassination! And you know what I was about to say. I'm gonna become the priest. Yes. I'm right. Woo! 9. And you know what I was about to say when I said 9. He just did an assassination. He keeps getting assassinated. Once again, he shot me. Woo! Then you kill him. No, Grandpa Charles! No, the church. The church. The church. They're coming. They're coming. Ah! Ah! You hit me to death. You hit me to death. You hit me to death, bro. You hit me you literally hit my chest. He shot me! Ah! Ah! Why did you say woo? What? I'm literally a priest. Oh, now I see. We're getting assassinated. I'm a priest, man. I'm a priest, man. No, run! Run! The church, bro. No. The church stays, the church talks. God. You mean my church? Say amen. Say amen. I have to punch you. And if you do that, you'll be... Amen. Amen. In God's name, we pray a whole lot of God. So somebody says, you said sin. my body, my arms, my head. I must run. No.
I just fell from my own bear trap. Oh my god,
No. Bro, someone said, grow up, kid. I know. Bro, somebody said Jenny. My horror. Unless you find a bunch of emos. I just shot in the back. It hurts. Same. Okay. Waiting for the pastor. You was really, in God's name, are you really gonna put something on the church? You know how disturbing that is? Very good. Private meeting only. Oh. and I have to go to 5 hours of church. I'm sorry. At least it's good. If you fall asleep, you're late. Why are you late? So you saying? Let me see. Baba Noobles! Assassination! My arm! My arm! And I'm trying to protect this church. You shot me! You're banished from the church! Kill him! He's dead. Back up! What? Yeah, because I placed it there. If you try to debate or lose a god, yes. Move. 2 times. What the? Assassination! I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Because he's a pastor. Because I told him to. You assassinated him multiple times. He keeps coming back because of the love of God. And see what happens? Imagine. Whoa! Someone said assaulting black people. C4! 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 Bro, it's that Indian guy that did not a lot for those lives. Alright guys, that's the end of the last thing. Bye bye.